What's up, YouTube? So last night's WWE SmackDown Live was actually pretty good. I guess the McMahons are doing something right. Yes, I'm in a car. Yes, the McMahon figure is still in the background. And this is your SmackDown Live review. Before we get to start, I realized in yesterday's video when I actually was talking about Lacey Evans, when I showed the graphic for your Lacey Evans segment, I realized I spelled the word segment wrong. And because of my ignorance and stupidity, because I am the #1 Lacey Evans fan on YouTube, here is your weekly Lacey Evans segment.
1, 2, I'm marching for you. I've got your number. Yeah, I don't think you're ready.
Lacey Evans was 19 years old. She actually enlisted into the Marine Corps, which means she's a bad. That's some tough stuff. And during that stint, she also earned a bachelor's degree and would later actually start her own construction business while she was on duty. She's done a lot. Makes me feel like I'm just some loser sitting in a car talking about wrestling. Oh, wait. And that is your weekly Lacey Evans segment.
1, 2, I'm marching for you. I've got your number. Yeah, I don't think you're ready.
But SmackDown Live did kick off with Shane McMahon actually having the entire SmackDown Live roster kind of just standing there. He was talking to him about change. And by change, he means we're getting rid of Paige. Why? Like, she's so good. But Paige is staying with the WWE. I don't know what she might be doing. She could be a commentator. That would actually be really interesting. Or she'd just be a kickoff panelist, and that would just suck. But the show did start off with Becky and Charlotte and Asuka all in the ring, kind of just yelling at each other. Becky wants a shot at her championship. Charlotte, she just wants a shot at it too, even though she hasn't really earned a shot. I don't know how you feel like you're deserving of it, because you didn't really do anything. But they both felt like they were screwed out of the TLC match because of Ronda Rousey. And they just both started yelling at Asuka, and it got to a point where it's like, Asuka, you have a microphone in your hand next to your leg. Like, pick it up and say something. Defend yourself. But that led to Vince McMahon coming out of all people and basically just told them, like, hey, there was a no disqualification because this is a TLC match. Y'all need to just get over it. High five, Vince. Good job. But that led to Naomi coming out, and she just said, hey, I want a title shot. And kind of like how Batista got a WWE Championship match at Elimination Chamber 2010 by just showing up and asking. She got it. But this led to Asuka defend the SmackDown Live Women's Championship against Naomi in a pretty good match. Like, it really established the fact that Naomi, she can wrestle. And there's also more than just Charlotte, Becky, and Asuka on SmackDown Live Women's roster, which they definitely need to establish. That way, SmackDown will still have more women when, Charlotte and Becky are feuding with Ronda. Because if you're not making more women look like a threat for Asuka, who's she gonna defend her belt against? Naomi will have a very close 3 count with the rear view that I really thought she just beat Asuka. I'm like, what? Oh, that was quick. Asuka would eventually beat Naomi, and that would lead to a backstage segment of Rusev and Lana talking about Shinsuke Nakamura, where Rusev described himself as handsome, a hunk, he has a great beard, very muscular, and that Shinsuke looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. All those are facts. And next week he has a United States Championship match. The spoilers are out, and I did see them. Later on the show, Nakamura would have his own promo, and he basically just called Rusev a total diva, which they kind of just showed how much personality Rusev has and the lack thereof personality that Shinsuke has. At least that WWE has shown Shinsuke to have. Also, Vince and The Miz will have a backstage segment where Miz was basically just asking for his son's blessing to be his partner. When they went over this segment, Vince McMahon was probably in the back for like, haha, it's funny because it sounds like he's gay. The things that probably make Vince McMahon laugh are probably the dumbest things in the world. But Vince said he will consider talking to Shane if The Miz can win his tag team match with The Miz's hand-picked opponent, Mandy Rose. I wonder why Vince picked her.
Come and get your man's.
But also the main reason he picked her is mainly because like she kind of looks like Maurice because she's blonde. That's literally it. But they would take on the Fabulous Truth, where they would actually win. It would also be really funny how R-Truth came out there and said they're going to the WWE studios and then said headquarters. While that was definitely probably just a mistake, it's funny just because like it fits his whole like I don't know where I am kind of gimmick. There's just something about R-Truth, man. I just absolutely love the guy. Like I just can't get enough R-Truth. Samoa Joe would also be giving an apology to Jeff Hardy for basically talking about his demons and criticizing him for his his wrongs back then, but now he's a good old sober Christian man, I think. He probably is. He has kids. But when Joe came out there, he said, this is not an apology. This is an intervention. And at this point, I was just thinking like, Samoa Joe would be like a great like TV priest. Like Joel Osteen, I could definitely see Samoa Joe do that. Jeff Hardy went on a tangent about how like, his demons did control him back then, but they're gone forever. It was kind of like the CM Punk feud from 2009, which I always enjoyed that feud. So to see it basically be done again, yeah, I like it. And then he told Samoa Joe that he's actually insecure. To be honest, I thought he was going to say that he's insecure because he's chubby. But he said he's insecure that he's never won a championship in WWE and he's been there for 2 years. I guess that means that NXT really doesn't count for anything. The Usos also come out and cut a promo how they didn't lose at TLC. The New Day got pinned. And they wanted the bar to come out so they can whoop that Swiss, Irish, did I say arse without being censored? Arse. It actually would lead to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson coming out, and they haven't been on TV since August. So to see them come out was like an NXT call-up to me. And oh, There was another one too. But they'll eventually have a match that'd be pretty good, you know, because those are two amazing tag teams. As right as one of the Usos was about to hit the big splash from the top rope, the bar would come out, and you would think like, you know, Anderson would take advantage of the situation. But no, Usos still hit that splash. But that would be interrupted by NXT call-up Sanity. Did I say NXT call-ups? Yeah, I just forgot because, you know, they've been there since June and I just rarely ever see them. And then Sandy, you kind of just look at the tag team champions and say like, oh, we're up next, fella. I don't know what this is going to lead to, but all I know is that SmackDown Live's tag team division is really stacked. We also will learn right before the main event that Mustafa Ali is now a SmackDown Live superstar. Guess he's no longer part of the Cruiserweight division. I'm okay with that. I mean, there's more opportunities for guys on the Cruiserweight division to shine then. And Mustafa Ali is a really good wrestler. But the main event was Daniel Bryan and Andrade Cien Almas, who we also haven't seen in a brick, as they took on the team of AJ Styles and Mustafa Ali. Now, this tag team match obviously was really good. I mean, look at the guys that are in the ring. I mean, you have literally some of the greatest wrestlers in the world in the ring all at the same time. You know it's gonna be great. But at the end of this match, Ali actually hit the 054, which it was called the reverse 450, but like that's 450 reverse. So yeah, it makes sense. Where he actually pinned Daniel Bryan. He pinned the WWE champion. Mustafa would kind of botch the move and his knee would actually hit Bryan in like the neck shoulder area. It was very obvious that Mustafa was apologizing to Bryan when he pinned him. It wasn't on purpose. Obviously it was just an accident, you know, stuff happens. Bryan was helped to the back, but apparently he came out there in the next tapings and he seemed okay, so we're good to go. But with Ali pinning the WWE champion, are we gonna see an Ali versus Bryan match at the Royal Rumble? Maybe a Styles, Ali, and Bryan triple threat? But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Mustafa Ali coming to the SmackDown Live roster. Rusev taking on Shinsuke Nakamura next week for the United States Championship. And yep, I read the spoilers. And but let me know what you thought about SmackDown in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, share, or subscribe. And we outie.
Come and get your mans, fire up my rocket. Oh, bangs, that's a check target.